And scaling is about breaking linear growth. And customer success organizations that are growing in the speed that we have grown for the last maybe 2 or 3 years have probably solved many problems by throwing people at those problems and just hiring more and more. So we could afford for the last 2 years to have those bad habits, but we can no longer afford that. So every story that you tell your CFO, your CEO should be anchored on how making those investments will break linear growth for your CS org and therefore make your business more sustainable. Unless you can prove that, then it's just bells and whistles. It's not necessary, it's not infrastructure. So I definitely think that looking at how a system that will enable you to stop doing manual work, make the entire organization more efficient. Like those are the kinds of business cases that you want to be making.
There are a few ways that you can approach this, especially like in a smaller startup where you do tend to own a little bit of everything. One is making sure you have very clear racing models. So that's your swim lanes, your responsibility, accountable, all of that, your charts. Also make sure that you have a clear documentation of like your service offerings and customer success. So this is what customer success does. And based on all of these things that we do, these are the outcomes that we expect. And this is the headcount we need to do those. If we want to change anything or add anything, then we have to negotiate and figure out what do we take off or do we add heads? That's one way. Another is just continuously looking at specialization within your organization. There comes to a point, or you'll get to a point to where you can no longer have your customer success managers do onboarding, CSM work, support, renewals, all of it, and you'll have to start specializing. So if you're seeing like a lot of stuff get tossed over to customer success, really look at one, does it logically belong in the customer success organization? If yes, great. Then two, how do we specialize that? Is it the right time to specialize it? You just come up with a whole bunch of questions you ask yourself to make sure that this does belong here